What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Combat Sports Media YouTube channel. This is your boy Sev, and in this video we're going to talk a little bit about Shawn Porter versus Terrance Crawford. Now let me start off by just saying, damn, what a beautiful evening it is here in San Juan, Puerto Rico. And damn, you boxing fans are just like abused wives and girlfriends, getting happy about the possibility of a Shawn Porter versus Terrance Crawford fight. That fight has not been announced. It probably will never get announced. Or should I say, if it never gets announced, it won't surprise me. That's what I should say. And if it does, and it actually goes through, it's just a regular fight, dog. This is a regular fight. And it's not a fight that's gonna show us something, anything new regarding both fighters. Crawford's gonna beat him, maybe stop him late, and that's that. After the fight, we're gonna be saying he's the pound for pound best, or one of the best. And after the fight, we're gonna be saying Shawn Porter is one tough cookie. So basically, ain't shit going to change. Unless if he becomes like a fight of the year candidate, like, I don't give a shit. But I would give more of a shit if it actually got announced. I'm not gonna fucking throw a party just because the WBO made this motherfucker the mandatory. That don't mean shit. Motherfuckers making YouTube videos about this fight like it fucking got announced. I'm telling you, even if it did get announced, I wouldn't give a fuck. It's just a regular fight. This is a regular fight. And we all know the result of it. The question is he going to stop him or not? Give me a fucking break. Give me a fucking break. I'm just going to fucking go ahead and make a prediction video for this fight while I'm at it, so I don't have to do it later on, because there ain't much to it. So we got Shawn Porter, long time. He's been one of the top 5 welterweights of this era for a while. He's known to be a pressure fighter. He likes to use his strength and just smother his opponent's work on the inside by always keeping the fight in close quarters. He doesn't have much punching power, but again, his weapon is the pace that he sets and his activity. He weaponizes his conditioning and his activity. So he's basically looking to make an ugly fight and outwork you. At least that's how he fights when he fights a top level guy. When he's fighting a top tier guy, he's in there to outwork you, smother you, and just make it physical. He's not going to try to give himself space. He's not going to try to use his speed. He's not going to pot shot. He's not going to box. He's just going to make it up. He's going to bum rush you like a football player, put his head in your chest, and just go to work. There we go. Now he lost to Kell Brook. He was Shawn was a former 2-time welterweight champion, but he did lose his first title to Kell Brook, which was the IBF. And then he went on to have some great fights, specifically with Keith Thurman. He had a great fight with Keith Thurman. I believe it was even the fight of the year for that year, which I believe was 2014, if I'm not mistaken. And long story short, he went on to win the WBC title and lost that fight in a unification versus Errol Spence in what was a great fight once again. And many people thought Shawn actually won. Many people thought he actually won. To this day, I wouldn't mind seeing a rematch. I think Errol Spence does have some unfinished business with him. the main deciding factor, I believe, when he came to that fight was Errol Spence managed to knock Porter down late in that fight. And I think that's what really did Shawn in. Now, speaking of that, Shawn has a pattern of getting knocked down in close fights, specifically towards the end. It happened with Broner when he fought Broner. It was a fight that he ended up winning quite decisively, but he did get knocked down with a massive left hook. I believe it was the last round of that fight. Once again, similar thing happened with Errol Spence. And I believe it happened another time, but I'm not sure. The point is, he can get knocked down late in fights, especially when it's a close fight. It's happened 2 or 3 times. But overall, very good fighter, a very tough fighter, a very well-conditioned fighter. Now, Terrance Crawford, when we look at him, it's totally different kind of fighter. He's actually pound for pound, in my opinion, he's the best fighter on the planet, but you can't give him the #1 pound for pound spot simply because of his resume. He has a sorry ass resume. That's a fact. All right. But he is the former unified 140-pound champion. He also did hold a title at lightweight, even though he didn't have any good wins at lightweight. I mean, yeah, unless if you consider a washed-up former featherweight in Gamboa a good win, he doesn't have good wins at lightweight. He amassed a decent resume at 140, but again, no eye-popping names. And then at welterweight, he won a title, and he's just been holding it hostage, defending it against what we would consider second-tier opposition, or maybe even third-tier. He could fight in both stances, as we all know. One of the most versatile, if not the he is the most versatile fighter in the world right now, without a doubt. And again, in my opinion, he's the best. You just can't call him that, because at the end of the day, this is a sport, and the resume is the main thing. Your accomplishments are the main thing. That's why, in my opinion, Manny Pacquiao should be either 1, 2, or 3 on everyone's pound for pound list, because of what he has accomplished in the sport and the resume that he has amassed. Unless he just got his ass kicked recently or something, he should be up there on everyone's top 3. The guy is currently a world champion, and he's going to fight Errol Spence in his next fight. And he's coming off great wins. The guy should be #1, 2, or 3 pound for pound. No one in the sport currently has accomplished as much as he has. So yeah, Manny Pacquiao should be #1, 2, or 3 on everyone's pound for pound list for that reason. So going back to the topic, that's why Terrance Crawford can't be #1, because of his resume. It simply does not match his talent, or even close to it. But no doubt, do not get it twisted. This is the first. This will be his best opponent at welterweight, and as far as accomplishments and resume is concerned, and he's gonna destroy him if the fight happens. But like I said, I don't have any hope that it's gonna happen. I'm just making a prediction video just in case it gets announced, so I don't have to revisit this fight that I don't give a shit about. So yeah, there you have it, folks. I expect a late TKO win for Terrance Crawford. I think Shawn Porter's style plays into Crawford's hands. We got a guy that's going to come right at Crawford like a fastball, and Crawford's going to be able to land some nice hard punches on him all night, and it's going to be a late round TKO, in my opinion, or a knockout. I do not think it will go the distance because of Shawn's face-first style. If you have a face-first style, you're not going to last long against Terrance Crawford, and he's going to get to work on you early because he doesn't have to come find you. because we do know that sometimes he does start late. So that's it. That's that video. Terrance Crawford versus Shawn Porter. I guess I hope it happens, because there aren't any other options for Terrance Crawford as far as legitimate welterweights are concerned. So I guess I do want it to happen. At the end of the day, it's whatever. We already know the result. There you have it, folks. Have a good one. Have a good evening. Please like and subscribe if you like my content, and keep tuning in. We got some more great content coming up. Peace.